Don't be nervous. Good morning, guys. How y'all doing? Love to see you. Love to see you here. All right. How many of you know what dementia is? Okay. How many of you know what memory issues are? How many of you know the difference between the two? Exactly. So hearing that lets me know that we really have to do a better job of informing you of the difference between the two and also the benefits of research. All right, so memory issues, just that, memory issues. You have trouble remembering things, you have trouble thinking about your day-to-day tasks, right? Planning, paying your bills, managing your finances. Dementia is a functional loss. In other words, you need help doing your day-to-day activity, all right? Somebody repeat that back to me.
We need help doing our daily activity.
Wow.
If you have dementia.
All right, class, you get an A+ today. That's awesome. Does that difference make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So it's a progression, but it doesn't have to move forward. You never want memory issues to become dementia. Okay. How do you know that you're at risk for memory loss? Everyone does. If you have a brain, you're at risk. Certain health conditions increase that risk. So anything that messes up blood flow to your brain will increase your risk of memory loss. I want to tell me some conditions, some health problems that will affect blood flow to your brain.
High cholesterol.
High cholesterol, yes. High blood pressure. What else?
Diabetes.
Diabetes. Why?
Environmental.
Yes, sir. Environmental. Let's dig into that. But why diabetes?
It affects your organs.
It affects your organs. Have you ever noticed that the major complications of diabetes, heart attack, stroke, kidney problems, they all have to do with blood flow? Have you ever noticed that? Yes, leg amputations. Thank you, Dr. Park. We're trying not to go there today. But you know what else, though, with diabetes? If blood flows are going to your brain, it's probably not getting to the plumbing good. So you need to think about that, right? Okay. How is it diagnosed? You can come see someone like me. Your primary care provider, they are equipped, but they may not have the appropriate expertise. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty. A lot of people never make it to see someone like me, a memory disorder specialist. Okay? But we are encouraging more primary care providers to do that. Why? Because we take the time. It's a matter of time. And the 3 hours that you may spend with me in my clinic can translate to 15, 20, 30 years of your quality of life not changing. Right? How do you prevent dementia? Those conditions. Well, first you prevent dementia by not having memory loss, or if you have memory loss, taking care of what's causing. So that high cholesterol, the high blood pressure, diabetes, control that. Environmental, you are so right, stress. And that's something that we don't always take into account. Stress can affect your blood vessels, thus blood flow to the brain, memory loss. And if you don't do anything about it, as sometimes folks say, I'm not going to claim it, then it will claim you. Okay? How do I get involved in clinical trials? Crystal is more than happy to tell you about that. We have other coordinators from our clinical trials here, so you're in the right place. Now, one of the benefits of you guys coming here every month is that you get to spend some quality time with experts. More Americans are now getting their news from social media. I have no idea if it's accurate, instead of traditional news sources. But this is your chance to ask questions from people who have the appropriate expertise. And one thing that we want to do, besides educating you, we really want to give you tools to help yourself, families, and your communities. That being the case, we partnered was Mercer University College of Pharmacy. Because a big part of medicine involves medications, right? So that's why we have the brown bag reviews, so that you can come, sit with a pharmacist, and go over your medications and get your questions answered by an expert, someone who has the appropriate. That's important. Because the people who maybe on TikTok, Instagram, I don't know their credentials. And quite frankly, I'm asking you not to really trust your life and your well-being with someone who may just be talking. There are a lot of people who sell things. There are a lot of supplements out there. You only hear from the folks who say it worked. You never hear from the 100 people who took the stuff and died. You ever notice that? Okay. So I would like to introduce Dr. Philip Mensa. He's from Mercer University College of Pharmacy. As one of our esteemed collaborators, I wanted him to have a few minutes to talk with you. Is that all right? I think Dr. Mensa comes to us from Ghana. He spent some time in industry. So he was a fixer. He would go to the pharmacies and fix the problems. Now he's in academia teaching people how to be good community pharmacists. And that's exactly why we want to partner with him, because he makes sure that it's done right. This is my son. I'm scared. All right, Dr. Billiams.
It's like all this is a real star. I'm just, I just send them back. So I was asked what city in Ghana. My family's originally from Kumasi, which is in the central part of Ghana. So I've been here 35 years, so I guess I'm on 80. Well, outside of Ableton. So thank you guys for being here. This is very, very important. I think Dr. Trump said it perfectly. Get your advice from people that know what they are talking about. And as a practicing pharmacist, this is something that I have to fight against every single day. I cannot tell you how many times when I was in the pharmacy, somebody would come in and say, "Oh, Dr. Mensa," they've come back to us sometimes. So-and-so said that I should take this. And I'm like, well, who is so-and-so? Where did so-and-so go to school? Are you and so-and-so the same person? Are you the same? I wouldn't say it in that way, but that's, that's what works for me may not work for you, right? And sometimes what's not dangerous for me can be very dangerous for someone else, right? So my advice always, as a practicing pharmacist, and now as somebody that's in academia with pharmacy students, Mardia, who's here with me, also doing the brown bag event. My advice is always make sure that when you get your information, that you are getting it from a reliable source, and ask questions. How many of you go to the pharmacy and you're like, oh, the pharmacy's busy, I'm not gonna ask, I don't want to buy. You don't have to raise your hand, but I know it's a lot, right? But that's what we're there for. Truly, as a pharmacist, we are there not to put the medications in the bottles. We are there to talk to you about what's in those bottles. The machine can put the medications in the bottles. Our job is to be able to have that conversation with you as the patient. So please talk to your pharmacist. We're accessible. You don't have to make an appointment to see the pharmacist. You can come in anytime. And I look forward to it. In my career, the one thing that I really, really look forward to is speaking with my patients about their medications, about their families, right? We try not to make it dry. Hey, come in, where's your medication? Let's talk about it. How you doing? How you feel? Now let's talk about the medication. Is it working? Is there anything that you feel like we can adjust? Please don't feel like we're too busy to have that conversation with you. There's a stat that I'm sure most of you may know that 90% of the US population lives within 5 miles of a pharmacy. So we are accessible, we are around, and we want to speak. If you're on Medicaid, you can schedule a time to just sit and talk with the pharmacist one-on-one and do a comprehensive medication review. Many people don't know that until I tell them that at the pharmacy. Now, you can always come in and ask me about your medications. I'm always happy to answer your questions, but you can specifically schedule a time, and any pharmacist can do it. Say, hey, I just want to bring in my medications. Let's schedule a time and let's just have a conversation. And it's covered by your insurance. It's a benefit that you have. All right. Well, I really want to thank you all for being here. Thank you all for taking the time out of your day to come here, hear us speak. This is a great event, and I'm so excited that I was introduced to Dr. Trumbull and have the opportunity to be here every year, and I will definitely be back next year, God willing. So thank you all for being here. Thank you.
So I happen to be married to a pharmacist. I like this as well, so he has to be here. I think, you said some really important things, right? One, it's covered by insurance. But you don't really have a reason not to do it. It's covered by insurance. If you have insurance, take advantage of it. Use it or lose it, right? The other thing, you said that pharmacists have to talk to you. They're not there to put the pills in the bottles. They're there to talk to you. Seriously, how many times have you gone to a pharmacist, CVS, Target, Walmart, Walgreens, whatever, and the pharmacist talk to you? They counseled you about the menu. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it.
They're busy. They're real busy.
5,
They're
6.
busy. They're busy.
Who?
They're shouting out that the pharmacists.
The pharmacists are busy?
Yeah.
Okay, look, you know what?
No, I'm sorry. They just give you
I'm
the
busy too. You're busy, but I'm never too busy to answer your question because that's why we are here. You get that? Are you too busy to talk?
Absolutely, and absolutely not. And I will tell you, coming out of management, if you ever want to talk to a pharmacist and the pharmacist says that they are too busy to talk to you, you let somebody like me know. No, that's serious. Let somebody in management know because that is our job. That is why we are there.
Oh, he's the fixer.
Machines can do everything else. We have support staff that can put things in bottles and labels on them. Our job is to know what's in those bottles and what's in those boxes that you're getting. And it doesn't do us any good to know it if you need to know that information and we can't give it to you, right?
The other thing, when it comes to asking your pharmacist, it's okay to ask about the supplements too, all right? How many people take curcumin or turmeric? You know that it can thin the blood? What about white willow bark? It can thin the blood. Yeah, ginkgo biloba, it can thin the blood. So if you're already taking aspirin, ibuprofen, or even a blood thinner, then you're at risk of hurting yourself. You see why it's important to ask these questions? There should be no question that you should be afraid to ask when it comes to your life and well-being. None. All right?
I got a question. Is there a hotline number if a patient wants to call or somebody has a problem, they want to reach out to you or your office?
1-800-CALL Bill.
So each company will have a number that you can call. So please don't be afraid. The pharmacist is there to talk to you. And if you have an issue, meaning you legitimately want to talk to the pharmacist and have a question and they tell you that they are too busy, call that number.
I think that, I think moving forward, like in subsequent months, we're gonna have to do a good job of making sure that they have a number because it may not be posted, it may not be exactly advertised that you can do this. Right? So that's something we're gonna work on for all of you.
Great.
All right.
Thank you.
So for the rest of the program, thank you, Doctor. So for the rest of the program, we have some exhibitors. We're gonna give them an opportunity to talk to you and tell them about their service. Okay? You have 5 minutes and we have a timer. All right.
So first up, we have Mr. Elgin Andrews. He's gonna come up and talk to you about each one, teach one to save one. And he has his son Gabriel with him, which we're delighted to have. So let's give a round of applause.
How's everybody doing today? Oh man, this is beautiful. All my brothers up in here, man. Like a concert. but this, my name is, Dr. Elgin Baylor Andrews. I can say that here because y'all know what I'm talking about, right? I feel you on that one right here, and I guess it's for your son's birthday, since my son came with me today. I'm a professor at another college. I'm not gonna mention since I'm at Emory, but I know, but I've been educated for over 30 years, teaching high school, Southwest Atlanta, and then being a college professor. I'm a professor of health and wellness, and I focus on nutrition, and I focus on minorities, especially my brothers. All right, because I want to be where you are someday when it comes to that. And it's important for us to pass on. The main thing I found out at health fairs is that the women complain about you. They complain you're not doing what you need to do for your health. All right, so we started each one teach one, save one. All right, so this is what each one teach one, save one is a nonprofit where we go out and we do health fairs. I've done health fairs at African churches, Hispanic churches, communities everywhere around Atlanta. For the most part, we teach people how to do CPR. We teach them how to do CPR so they can teach someone else how to do it to save a life. All right, and it's something that you may want to know more about. And we have a booth set up in the back. But also we do things like what's called biometric screening. And biometric screening pretty much tells you about the inside of your body. It tells you about things like your percent body fat. It tells you about your hydration, you're hydrated. It tells you how old you are on the inside. All these things that help you to change your life, even at, for us over 60, all right? It can help you to change your life. All right, so that's the nonprofit that I have here. And this is just something, one of the health fairs that we did at African Church. Okay. Now, for the most part, we've done it all around. I'm alum of Savannah State, HBCU, and I feel some love out there. All right, so we found out we started doing health fairs down there at homecoming because we found out a lot of people were not seeing the doctor. And number one, an older Black men. I had someone who actually died at the homecoming, and that started us actually doing it. A man, all right, he did not keep up with his numbers. And that's why it's important for you to do that. And that's why it's important that if you get a chance, come back and see me in the back because we can give you some of those numbers. Now, this is you see some of my goals and everything up here. We want to teach you how to teach others. We got to pass on to future generations about things they can do as far as pass on to their future generations. All right. I need to see more brothers. I'll tell you that now. Okay. Next one. So we do some things. We do CPR training. We train, we certify, for them to train, for them to certify, and so on and so on. Biometric screening is a big term, but the things are some of the things, biochemical things are inside of you. All right, we look at everything from your heart. We look at, I don't worry about weight. People get caught up in weight. Don't get caught up in weight. Get caught up in what makes up that weight. And we need to look at things like muscle, bone, all different things that's in your body. All right, and when you come back, we're gonna talk to you about some things you could do to improve every part of your health. All right. So we're back in the back, and if you need to reach me, you can reach. This is my email address up here, which I guess they'll give out to individuals as far as how to reach me as we go around doing different events. And this just shows some things. For example, we all know CPR for the most part is important because it's a life-saving thing that you have not only for your family, friends, loved ones, but also you see on here the machine we have back in the back that you can stand on. Yes, you have to break them dolls out and feet out, right? Because it has to touch skin to metal or to test you to see everything about the inside. But it's a good thing to know at least what's going on inside of your body. I had a couple of my brothers come back there already. Appreciate it. All right, so hopefully I'll see some more of you. Okay, and once again, this is my contact information, it's my telephone number. I live in Southwest Atlanta, but I teach up in Gwinnett County, so you can catch me either one of those places. And hopefully I see some of you come by or even bring some of your family members. All right. And I'm back in the back for any questions that you may have. Great.
All righty, next up we have, you guys know him, you see him a lot, and we love him, we keep him around. We have Chef Jarvis Belton, who's gonna talk to you about Chef Jarvis Belton consultant. We didn't just choose him, we checked his credentials on him, so he made the cut. I think it was favoritism because he come around, he was vetted. He could stand in and come, take Kristen on.
Hi, how you gentlemen doing? Awesome. I know I only have 5 minutes and I am the end of curve time, so I want to be on time myself. So I'll start by saying how many people have used the scrub today? If you've washed your hands with the scrub, put your hand up high. Look around, look around, look around, look around. Keep your hands up if you bought a scrub after you used it. 99%. Okay. I want to take a picture with you guys. That's my last 30 seconds. So be ready to shoot up here. My name is Jarvis. I have Chef Jarvis Belting Consulting. I've been a chef for a very long time, and now I do more consulting work. However, I hope you'll understand this. A lot of why I am here today is for my children, right? So about 7 years ago, I said I wanted to stop promoting my first name and I wanted to start promoting my last name, right? And that includes my children. So do I have the slides up? Yeah. That's my daughter. I don't hear enough oohs and ahs. Y'all better ooh. Yeah. Come on, Morehouse, oohs and ahs. So the company that is side by side with Chef Jarvis is called Junoco. It stands for Juniper Noah Company. This is Juniper here in the picture. She is mixing the very scrubs that I have today for sale. All right, so the very first thing is the scrubs are created by a chef and replicated by my daughter. So I chose all the ingredients in the scrub. We have coconut oil for moisture. We have turmeric for topical deflation or anti-inflammatory properties. We have cinnamon, nutmeg, sugar, and salt, as well as coffee grinds. Coffee grinds interject you with energy, as well as they exfoliate your hands. I mean, you guys can use a hand scrub for your hands. What about your heels? Don't be shy now. I've seen some of y'all heels on open toe sandal day. I'll use a little scrub on them heels. Or if the wife or X, Y, and Z, you want to get a little scrub for them. All of my scrubs are bottled, mixed, and handmade by myself and my daughter. All right. So it's interjecting the workmanship, the craftsmanship, and the knowledge of business into the youth. And that's what I'm all about. All right. I also have aprons. You can see she's wearing one of the aprons now. It says Princess of the Kitchen. If she designed it, it would say boss of the kitchen because she literally does everything in the kitchen that I do. These kids they soak up everything, right? I also have, I think it's there. All right. So I started researching, do people live longer? Do the older generation live longer if they're more active with their grandkids? What do you guys think? Most certainly, when you interact with your grandkids, it does two things on a general level. It gives them the wisdom that you have, right? But it also gives you a larger angst for life. You chasing your grandkids around, that is exercise. I'm a dad, I'm not a grandfather yet, reason. But chasing my daughter around is some of the most tiring exercise I could ever do. I could chop down 2 or 3 trees a day, but as soon as I pick my daughter up and she's like, let's play tag, right? And then you still have to do it. It pushes you beyond your potential scope. So in this 2016 study, amongst many others, they realized that if you have an engaging relationship with your grandchildren, you will live longer. Okay. Now, one time did they say you live less, but that might be a spouse thing. I don't know. Don't judge me for it. I didn't do it. All the people that purchased the scrub, I want you guys to come up really quick. We're gonna take a picture. I think I have another 60 seconds left or so. If you purchased the scrub, please come up here. We're gonna snap a quick picture. And while you guys are coming up, Junoco.shop is my daughter's company. All right, www.junoco.shop. That stands for Juniper Noah Company. If you take a picture of it, make sure you take a picture of the SHOP at the end, not com. It's not shop. The other one is my catering resource. If you need catering, private chef, anything revolving around food, you can contact me at chefjarvisbelton.com. Okay. The last thing, I'm just going to throw this blurb out here, but I'll touch on this when I present to you all in September. I'm starting a podcast, and my podcast will be talking to men your age. My grandfather passed away a long time ago. My great grandfather passed away a couple years after my grandfather, right? And I don't have anybody to talk to about stuff. So I want to talk to y'all. You guys are my target audience. It won't be all of you at the same time. It'll be one, maybe two per podcast, and I'm just gonna ask you questions about your life. And I'm gonna call you Gramps, I'm gonna call you Pop, whatever you want me to call you, but I want you to be real to be like I was your grandson, and let's just talk about life, because I need it. And if I need it, I know other people need it. Good? All right. Let's take a picture right here. All right. Let's look back at all these people that ain't bought a scrub yet. Hey. Yeah, go get your scrub. Yeah, right. So thank you guys again for letting me present. I have a sample over there. So if you want to wash your hands after I present or after everybody's done presenting, feel free to come to the table and I'll tell you more about the kids and the story. Thank you.
Thank you, Chef Jarvis. Great job. All righty, next up, we have Mr. Robert Dinkins, who's going to talk to you about Dinkins Enterprise LLC. Let's give a round of applause for Mr. Dinkins.
Thank you, Krista Davis. Thank you very much. Give yourself a warm hand, man. I'm so glad to see so many here. This is wonderful. Well, I'm Minister Robert Dinkins. I have Dinkins Enterprise. My wife and I, we've been in the ministry for about 42 years. And what we have been finding out that a lot of Black men are leaving us early. A lot of time in all the different churches I travel around, there's a lot more women than men. Not just because you're staying home watching football. That's not the only reason. But the other reason is that a lot of our men have gone to rest early. And we want to prevent some of that. So my company, we invested in Care Access. Care Access is a powerful company. It's located in all 50 states. All 50 states, and is also located in 10 different countries. So my first slide here, it says, welcome to the future of medicine. The future of medicine. And what we strive to do in a little bit, we want to first of all let you know who's eligible. All of you in here are definitely eligible to participate in the program with benefits does help a lot of people. The benefits are getting the information. Like the doctors and all said earlier, information is power. But then applied information is even more power. We're tired of seeing our loved ones go to an early grave when it's not necessary. We can get it all checked out and find out. So that's one point right here. What can I expect from today's visit? When you get a chance to go to Care Access, we try to help you to understand the fact that we're doing our best to service you. And the way that we service you, we take a little prick, a little blood. Once we get that blood, we run a number of labs. When we run those different labs, all free of charge. You don't need no insurance. You need no copay. Matter of fact, instead of you pulling money out of your pocket, we put money in your pocket. What we do when you come to our labs and you go ahead and you run all the things, the different things, just one prick, we give you a $45 gift card. And we not only asking, we are begging. We're encouraging all the folks who come and participate with us to tell someone else. Anyone that's over the age of 18, if they come, they'll get their $45 for the one prick. And then we'll give you $25. We have some of our folks that made over $3,000 already just by sharing information. One, we want to share the information to encourage people to take better care of themselves. So we encourage you to come on and visit. Basically, what we do here, all participants will be asked to participate on an online questionnaire. This form helps us to collect information such as demographics, medication use, if applicable, if you're taking any type of medication. Then we also want to know your family history. Based upon the response, we'll determine if you're eligible for a health screening appointment. You can select your preferred date and time through the phone, and we will remind you via email or text. At your appointment, you must present your ID, review the consent forms, and complete any required documentation. Very short of documentation. Next slide. Additional test offering. We offer additional tests to help people. But let me go back to the other slide. On this particular one here, this one, after you check in, a subject matter expert will explain the test, which include liquid protein, the LBA, the high sensitivity C-reactive protein, which is the CRP, the estimated glomerular filtration rate. That particular rate, you want your number to be greater than 9. If your number is less than 9, then you're leaning down toward you can have kidney disease. Sometimes folks are their kidney are operating only at 12%, and you don't really know it. You don't really know, but when we take a little of your blood and take a look at it, we can tell what the blood, what the kidneys is doing, and how strong it is. Then the great thing about care access is the fact that we not only look for certain things that may be wrong, but we also looking to do the research to correct it. And you don't have to pay no money. This is the future of medicine. Now I encourage you, we don't encourage you to don't listen to your doctor, but we want you to continue to listen to the doctor. But we give you all the information that you need. Once you go in, you do the little lab, one lab. Within 2 weeks, you're gonna get a report. The way we send you the report, we send it via email because of HIPAA laws. We want to make sure we keep everything private. We send 2 emails. The first email is going to be a PDF file, but you won't be able to read it. The second email, it has a password. You will copy the password from the second email, place it onto the first, and then it will reveal what the PDF says, what the information is about you as an individual. You can share it with your doctors if you like. Some people don't have insurance. Don't worry about it. We got you covered, free of charge, no money. We always looking to put more money in your pocket because we're not just thinking, we're begging. We're tired of unnecessary funerals. You got me? So my information will be up on the board. How much time I got left? I'm running short. I'm out already? See, I was preaching. Tried to write it down, but I got so much to say.
But please, there's gonna be a dedicated time at the end for about 20 minutes for you to come. So please make sure you come see Reverend Deacons, okay? You did good. Great job. You're very welcome. Very welcome. Last and certainly not least is our very own brother Stanley Smith, who's going to come and talk to you about music in the trees. Mr. Smith is one of our valued partners from the AME Church, so he's going to close us out for the exhibition today. Brother Stan.
Thank you, man. Good morning. God be the glory for the great things he has done. It's a pleasure to be here with all y'all. I'm a little bit nervous. I shouldn't be nervous. I'm not a preacher yet, but I'm like all the time. But this is really sentimental to me. This business. Before I was born, I'm from Thomaston, Georgia, Upson County, a little small town in West Central Georgia. And I heard people talk about grandfather, grandchildren, and children. My grandfather had a business before I was born called Music in the Trees. And y'all know y'all seen The Color Purple. Harpo had the juke joint out in there. Yeah. That's what it is. But he moved it from the woods, so it was down in the country off of the dirt road, to the city before I was born, Music in the Trees too. But 11 years ago, had opportunity to reobtain this property. It's a mile from my mom's house. It's a mile and a half from one of our local churches. My great-great-grandmother owned all the property behind that. And so what we did, we acquired it, and we're going to turn it into an event center. We have fishing ponds down there. We hosted events down there, our family reunion, retreats, all kinds of stuff down there. So we're going to invite folks to come down and have your family reunion, have your retreat, do some nature walks. You know, see how quiet it is in this room? Yeah. Imagine you sitting down by the pond, just listen to the water, rustling and stuff. Or if you think you can fish, well, I can catch your cat. So we're gearing it toward the veterans, the churches, the elderly, the youth, and the disabled. Yeah. You know, I cut a path down there a couple of weeks ago. Something y'all probably hadn't seen in years. Wild blackberries. Maypops. Y'all know what maypop is? Yeah. You don't see them anymore. Growing up, you can ride down the highway and wild plums and wild blackberries and maypops on the side of the road. You don't see that anymore. They're killing everything because they want everything to be beautiful. So, but we have some down in Music in the Trees. This right here was the AME CME fishing expedition we did a couple of months ago. And young men from all over the state of Georgia. to come down. That's my pastor to the my right, your left, I guess, with black on. Reverend Ralph Searce, pastor of New England Party as a church. And that's my uncle back there. Shout out, Uncle Jim. That's my uncle. His dad, my grandfather, was the one that owned Music in the Trees before I was born. That's my mom's brother. My mom is the oldest child at 13. We had a survival training down there where they teach you archery, navigation, how to filter water in case you have an accident and you're lost in the woods. They teach how to find your way home and feel the warm side of the tree, tell which way the sun is shining, from north to south. You know, all that good stuff. How to filter water so you can drink water out of a ditch, so you don't poison yourself. Teach how to fish. We fish with an arrow or fish with a stick. So we had that training down there. They're coming back again. We have 2 men's retreats coming up. We have the Boys and Men retreats coming up the 26th of this month. We're going to do conflict resolution, mentorship. We have some games, fishing. Have someone coming out and talk about prostate health, mental health, dementia, Alzheimer's, and all that good stuff. Because Alzheimer's is also tied to stress. So if y'all come down sometime, just relax. If y'all want to come down and just hang out one Saturday and just fish or just sit down and chill out, I don't mind that. Get out of the city for a while. Come on down to the country. And the Sons Island Men's Retreat is coming up in September. That's the AME Men's Ministry. We do that retreat once a year. This year they decided to hold it at my property. We did it at my property about 8 years ago. They're going to do it again this year. Great. So that's all the slides. But y'all come on down and enjoy yourself. If you want to have a family reunion, we have a home down there. We're going to remodel. It'll be a 6-bedroom, 5-bathroom house. We'll have a deck on it where you can sit on the deck and look at the pond. You want to do a family reunion, church reunion, or class reunion, picnic, or just whatever. Come on down to Music in the Trees in Thomaston, Georgia. 147 Povita Road. My phone number is 478-365-5074. Once again, my name is Stan. I'm gonna give y'all a quick story about the Povita. 20 seconds. Back before I was born again, it was a dirt road. Somebody ran over a biddy. She's an old Povita. It's a barn down there, a white barn with a picture of a biddy.
I hear bacon.
Between Macon and the Grange, hour and 20 minutes.
Mr. Smith, can you repeat again what a biddy is?
A biddy is a baby chicken. She's an old biddy. Stuff.
Okay. All right, thank you everybody who's come. And thank you to all of our exhibitors who submitted an application. We're gonna do this again next year. We promised to do it last year. We're gonna do it again. I guess it's gonna be our summertime activity. Special points or extra credit is given to those men who have been attending our men's program and have been participating in research. Now, I want you to understand that this is the rule that your consulting board decided they were gonna do, and I kind of agree with them. You shouldn't be able to have the milk if you didn't put in any work. So, one thing on my last couple of little remarks, the School of Pharmacy, Mercer School of Pharmacy has a list of or a guide about things that will help brain wellness. They talk about things that help men's health and performance and dispel some myths. Things like soft palmetto, horny goat weed, fenugreek, you know what that is. Nugenics, all that kind of stuff. You know what you use it for or why you shouldn't use it. How about that? Okay, so the pharmacy is going to do that. Every month when we have a men's discussion group, we're going to have Mercer School of Pharmacy students here joining us to do a brown bag review for you. And consistent with what Dr. Mensa said, if you don't get to do a brown bag review with us here, please make sure to ask your pharmacist wherever it is you go. Pharmacist in my neighborhood, she's always overwhelmed at 4 or 5 and they start screaming and hollering. So
If you wanna make a special appointment with your pharmacist, I suggest you do it earlier in the day when there's less volume there. But when there are a lot of people there to pick up their prescriptions, that might not be a good time. Sometime between 4 and 6 or 15 minutes before the pharmacy closes might not be a good time to go, right? The other thing that I wanted to tell you is we have come up with our fall forum for the Carter Center in October. Those are two of our 3 signature programs. Twice a year, we do a big forum at the Carter Center. Who's been there? Hey. Oh, I'm proud of y'all. So you go all along to organizations, given what financial constraints have been foisted upon us in this administration. We have to limit our resources. So if you have a church group, you have a fraternity group, bring a van load of a bus load of people to those things. Until we get more funding, we can't go everywhere, but we'll do what we can.